Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome back to the Day After podcast. We hope that all of you out there have had a splendid holiday season. My name is John, and I'm here with Haley.
Hello.
And my dealer, Mike.
That'll be $50, by the way.
And Michael. In order to close out this wonderful holiday season, you have had us sit down and watch 1959's Mexican Christmas film, El Santa Claus, otherwise known in certain bad movie circles as Santa Claus versus the Devil.
So, Milo is kind of the king of showing us bad 80s movies, and I was kind of expecting something along the lines of, like, The Legend or one of the Hulk Hogan movies. This is a different beast.
You guys have been watching bad Christmas movies, which I had been watching the reviews of, like All of the Reindeer or something like that.
Yes, All of the Other Reindeer.
So, the middle of this week, I texted them going, guys, can we please watch Santa versus the Devil?
And John and I were both collectively like, what is that? And
So-
he's like, no.
This is a movie that was made in 1959 in Mexico, and it was dubbed and later went the rounds of American television. And just to give you a taste of this movie may have been the source of the term nightmare fuel, because later in the 90s, there was a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode, and one of the comments of like, they go through stuff that we're about to talk about, like, oh, great, more nightmare fuel. The basic plot scenario is Santa is going to do his rounds on Christmas Eve, and the devil, one of the minor devils by the name of Pitch, at least in the English translation, is out to stop him and to also convert children to sin and to steal stuff and to do bad things.
Yeah, and we are watching the English dub, which I'm told makes a difference because...
Apparently in the Mexican version, the devil is trying to kill Santa.
He's a little incompetent there.
He's kind of bad at that. So this is a movie I watched every December on a VHS tape multiple times, and full stop. It is a piece of shit movie. This is a horrible movie, but it has this quality. Quality is the wrong word. It has this trait that that I enjoyed as a child. But I don't know if you guys have this. When they're bad and really cheap, and they're like obviously like the artifice is splitting at the seams, and you can see the buttons and the strings and stuff. It's almost begging for your imagination to give it the benefit of the doubt. My imagination went, oh, you need help. Okay, I'll give it to you. And I liked that element of unnecessary element of participation, or unintentional element of participation, where the movie it needs the child's help to make it make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Okay, I understand that. Like, it needs the child to fill in some elements or like some whimsy to create this mystical thing. What is there? It's fucking crazy.
A lot of holes for me to fill.
The eyeball telescope, the weird lips moving up and down. And don't get me even started on the racist elves.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I don't even think I have anything to say about
This movie starts with this, like, 7-minute racist montage of the various races of the world, where
including Italian and French and American and Mexican.
Let's not forget the Orient.
Oh my god, okay. Santa plays this magical television organ that allows him to look at his elves, and it is stereotype after stereotype after stereotype.
Every Mother Goose kind of song that any country is known for, these kids are singing half-assedly and making toys.
Yeah.
In the snow, which is fucked up.
Yeah, which is, like, it keeps snowing and you don't know if they're like outside or if there's a machine going, and you're like, what the fuck?
And that's the first. Okay, we're not going to recap the plot here, but rather just go through the fucked up sprinkles that is on this nightmare fuel. I think Johnny made a list here. Let me see if
I stopped about half an hour in, because when he gets to Earth, it chills out, like you said.
And then after this racist montage of singing, Santa decides to keep track of his children, and he has this like super creepy NSA surveillance device.
Imagine if wiretapping was invented by Teletubbies.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is, because you have this telescope that has actual eyeballs that spring out of it, and then you have this like weird little voice thing with actual moving robotic lips.
There
telling what people are saying.
there is a global microphone that is a fan with a detached ear on it.
And that's how we gather sound from the world.
And it records to these giant pair of moving lips that just goes, already.
And then we have the dream machine.
Yeah, if that wasn't creepy enough, there's this dream telescope.
Kids' dreams, which is fucking crazy.
Oh, it's so... Ugh. And then
we have Merlin.
Santa's friends with actual Merlin.
Like actual Merlin. Like Merlin works with Santa to make potions.
And to make sure that, he's a little bit more diverse, because, there's not enough races. He also has Hephaestus.
Who creates the key to open all doors.
They just call him the gatekeeper with glued red hair all over his chest.
Yeah, that guy's got fake titty hair.
Who just makes this key that, to test it out, goes through the hallway of 1,000 doors.
And so this movie launches you balls deep into this universe, but when it gets to Santa actually doing his job, it weirdly gets kind of
it tones down. It reaches peak, at least for me, peak nightmare just as it's about to leave, and you see the reindeer. And the reindeer are not organic. They're toys that will melt in sunlight. And there are a bunch of these reindeer robots. You wind them up, and they make this cackle. Key. They go like. Then the devil does his thing, and it's the contest between him and Santa.
Welcome to a small break in cynicism while we discuss some good things. I have one good thing to say. The guy playing Pitch did a good job, tried his best. He had fun with the fucking role.
He also voiced a bunch of other people in the cast.
But the actor who is in the devil suit,
yes.
He is giving a lot of extra effort that is not necessary. His movements, his little stunts, the way he'll do little jumps that break expectation.
If you're playing along at home, I did a comic book listening gesture.
Yeah, he's a very dynamic actor, which is not his fault, but his ears fucking really freak me out.
They begin in his chin joints.
They're definitely
they definitely move when he talks, because they're clearly these giant plastic attachments.
They tried, goddammit.
It's 59. What do you want?
This movie is 61 years old this year. If you guys are playing along at home, TV Tropes, God bless them, tries their best to make sense of this. Part of the reason that the devil is involved is because when this movie was made in Mexico, the trope of Santa, or the lore of Santa, wasn't really known in Mexico.
Oh.
So they in an attempt to bring Santa over, they're like, okay, but Mexico's extremely Catholic. How can we integrate this?
He's also Jesus.
We're also gonna fight the devil, because back then, in Mexico, gift giving during the holiday season was more closely tied to gift of the Magi, or gift of the giving to the three wise.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And it kind of, there's this element of Christian goodness and temptation. The devil will literally breathe this sulfur breath into your ears, and you'll dream of this nightmare scenario of the dolls that you want coming to life, and go, dolls only like little girls that steal stuff. You have to be a bad little girl. This horrible, really crappy ballet.
Yeah.
It's this 10 life-size dolls are tempting you with their little doll pussies.
Don't ever fucking say that again.
Don't ever say that phrase again. So Santa helps out a variety of kids in this time. He helps out a kid who wants a little brother. He helps
and his
out
parents.
Yeah, he helps out the rich kid who just wants his parents to be home for Christmas.
And so he sneaks into the party where these parents are just hanging out and neglecting their child, and basically drugs them to remind them that
he gives them like this bubbling liquid disguised as a waiter and saying, "Hey, go home to your fucking son." And they're
best
like,
supporting
okay.
actor, dry ice.
Yeah, there's smoke machines and dry ice everywhere in this movie.
there's gotta. I don't even want to contemplate the budget for the dry ice in this movie. Little Merlin.
Oh my god, yeah, Merlin walks like a fucking crazy
To
person.
this day, I still kind of sing that to myself as I go across the office.
Imagine a 75-year-old man pretending he's a horse.
That's how Merlin walks.
This movie is desperately trying to fill time in places, and it shows. Especially with Santa's consultation scene with Merlin, asking for something that will allow him to be invisible to the children. So he's provided the flower of not seeing or something, which is a really... It's an earnest attempt, it's a shitty one, of trying to cover up a Hispanic pun revolving around poinsettias.
Which doesn't look like one at all.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a gigantic tea rose.
The nightmare fuel drains out of the magical Santa bag around halfway through.
Yeah.
And you're left with Santa standing in a tree for about 15 minutes because of a dog.
It really does feel like...
Merlin has to save him.
It really does feel like that Kay and Peele sketch where they're doing a high-budget music video and you can tell where they ran out of money. And they start really cutting corners near the end.
Like, Pitch deciding, how do I prevent Santa from getting into a house? I'll push the chimney
House
out
of
of
Leaves,
the
that
way.
shit.
My God.
God, that was good. I think I'm ready to wrap up. I don't want to
Okay,
overstay
No,
the
no,
welcome.
I'm good. Yeah, there's not much more to
There's
say.
not
I
much
think.
more to say about it. It's a drunk watch. Whatever that means.
As soon as this started, I was a couple of drinks in when this started. I said, I don't want to fall asleep during the Christmas classic 1959 Santa vs. the Devil. So I stopped drinking, I chugged a Monster, and here I am, refreshed and ready to face the night.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. We told Milo, hey, we're watching Bad Christmas Movie, and he's like, oh my gosh, do I have an experience for
No,
you?
you're not yet, but you're about to be.
And so I was like, oh, okay, Milo likes 1980 stuff, so this is going to be like some weird Hulk Hogan wrestling movie Santa Devil shit, and that is not what happened.
I have those too, but there's only 4 weeks in December.
Well, Milo, thank you for sharing a little nugget of your childhood with us.
You have so many nuggets.
Many nuggets.
Bring them out some more. I love it.
Merlin just poops them out for me.
Thank you for joining us on the final podcast of 2020. We appreciate you joining us for 1959 Santa vs. the Devil. Have a fantastic remaining 4 days of your year. Be good.
Peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
And don't get fucked up by the devil.